Hello. Hi, everybody. Um, Welcome back to another day of self-isolate with B. I'm in my good trusty pajama bottoms again. And I am honestly so excited because my girl Peyton is going to be joining us today. I've known P literally since I was still so little, like baby, her and I, we would like hang out in New York together when we were little, and then I remember just being so obsessed with her and thinking she was so cool and thinking that I never had a chance of being her friend because I thought she was way cooler than me. And then fast forward all these years and she's just been such a light in my life. And so I'm super excited that she's going to be on today's live. So I'm going to guest her. Her and I, like, once we get talking about stuff, it usually just goes into a million different directions. So if that happens today, it's basically like we're all just hanging out and having a girl session. But any questions that you guys have, we will be answering them in the little question box or even like where you guys are typing the questions out here. And so we would love to get to talk and say hello. So we just got off FaceTime. She should be here. And I'm going to guest her right now.
Oh, I
Hi,
guess I can turn
Wait,
this
you're
the other way, huh?
please.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Bailee, I'm dying at the intro because you always say that you thought I was so cool and I don't understand that.
I
at
did. I
all.
just thought you were way cooler than me. I was like,
It's funny how you just everyone thinks that in their head about the other person. Like I totally thought was intimidated by you.
I know, no way. I remember we joke about this all the time. P and I have a mutual friend named McKaylee, and we love her. But we were all
McKaylee.
like, we went to Not Scary Farm, which was like it's like a theme park here in LA, so they do it Halloween edition. And so we all went, and then ended up having like a sleepover together.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
And McKaylee was like, I need my own room. I don't do sleepovers. Like, you guys can have the guest room. And so we went from like seeing each other in places to like both being like in bed in like this room being like, hey, how's it going? And I remember we both were like, I was always so afraid of you. And you were like, me too. And I was like,
You know what else brought us together was we liked the same guy at a point.
We did. We bonded over the fact that we were like, oh, he was talking to everybody. So
What were we thinking?
that's so right. That's kind of like, that's how like it first started too. Well, I'm so happy that you're on here.
I'm so happy to be here. This is so fun. Hi guys. This is good because I don't normally I get too scared to do my own lives. So I'm happy that I'm doing it here with you. This is nice.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy you are too. That's how I feel. It's been nice to like guest people because I feel so awkward just talking to myself. And then I'm also like, who's even listening? You know what I mean? So I'm glad you're here.
Aw.
And we've had like P and I have tried to get each other out of bed to work out, which has been.
We did it once successfully. No, twice.
Twice. We did. Twice. Yeah.
The days are starting to blend together.
I know, they really are. They really are. So he's self-isolating in LA too. She's on lockdown.
Yeah.
I know. How's it been for you and like the family?
I mean, I'm really lucky because my brothers and my parents live just a few houses away, so we can walk the dogs together. And I've just been in quarantine with my family, which is actually really nice. It's like the most amount of time I've spent with my parents and my brothers in a while. And like, it was my dad's birthday the other night and we just did karaoke and like have been trying to make the most of all of it. But it really is a crazy, crazy time. But I'm thinking of all of you too. And I'm glad we get to do these and talk to everyone because I know we're all in the same situation. And
I know, which is, it helps put it in perspective a little bit. And I think like it's been so nice for me to, like I've said this to you, Pete, like her and I are so used to going, and I think all of us, like we have a schedule, whether that's going to school or having some sort of activity after school, or like no matter what you do or where you are, you kind of have this familiar life that you're used to, and it's whatever's familiar to you. And for us, it's like either being on a set or going to meetings or like having things that we have to respond to or have to do. And it's been such a weird time because like with what we do, like our jobs are shut down right now, like nothing's going on, nothing's filming. So it's been trying to figure out how to not fear the being alone, and trying to make the most of it, but also understanding that it is such a weird thing that's going on. It's not normal, and any reaction is valid because we've never gone through this as a world before. I mean, but not our generation, at least, has never seen something like this.
Yeah, people cope with things in different ways, so nothing's really wrong. And yeah, but what about you? How are you holding up?
I mean, I cried like an hour ago, but mental breakdown, my poor boyfriend. I'm just like, and it just comes out of nowhere. I
felt like I was seeing it come out at the moment, but also I know that, I mean, you are a person, I admire how in touch with your emotions you are, because as I've gotten older, I'm like, do I even feel anymore?
Yes, you do.
I know, but like at a certain point, you're like, dang, Bailee can just, feel so much and cry so hard. And I'm just sitting here like, do you do that ever?
But is that a good thing? Is that a good thing to be like?
It is. I think it's an amazing thing, especially, as an actor. It's like, that's a good thing too, to be in touch with your emotions. And
I mean, could not be more in touch, man. I was literally like, I was cleaning the house, I was listening to music, I was like, got the recycling, put the recycling away, did the dishes. I was like, this is good. You're finally getting to like your cups of coffee. And then I sat down and I was like, and I said something to myself, like as if there was a second person in the room, which I think is what got me, because I laughed at something. I went, "Ha, that's funny," and then I went, "No, it's so silly."
Oh my god, I know this is like a real story. I feel like you are the person to just be talking and laughing at yourself.
That's what I'm saying. And so then I went, "Ha, that's funny. No, that's actually silly. Are you talking to yourself?" Oh my god, I'm talking to myself. And then I just burst into tears, and then I was gone.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know, I can't. It's highs and lows, man. Should we answer some questions instead of me talking about
this is getting like, we're like smiling through our sad thoughts.
I'm like, I might cry right now. So
yeah, okay, let's not do that. Let's answer some other things. But if we want to cry on the live, that's okay. And if anyone else wants to cry while watching it, that's fine too.
It's brewing. It is a brewing. Okay, let's see. I'll answer this one. You can answer it if you want to, but it's like, right there. Hello.
Oh, okay. I lost you for a second.
What's the best quality you like about each other? I'll go first because I don't want you to have to answer it. I love so many things about Peyton. I think what I've always I think what I've always been like so impressed by is how like 100% unapologetically you are. And I think like that is, I mean it. I think that that's such a hard thing for anybody to come in terms of, especially like someone who like has like the pressure that I think, you can sometimes feel. I think especially because you were on Disney for so long and you not only understand and accept what comes with that and the fact that you have so many families and so many kids, but instead of fearing it, you embrace it and you appreciate it, and like you take that responsibility and put it in yourself, but you also don't try to like hold anything that isn't you away from being shown, which I think is such a hard thing to get to learn how to do, and you do it so beautifully. And you crack me up, like you do, like you're just so
back at you. What the heck? This is so wait. We said we were gonna cry. This is so nice. This really is so nice. I really needed this.
Don't cry. No.
I'm not gonna, but that was so nice. That really was.
I mean that though. I do. I mean that. And I think like we had those conversations.
Oh no, she's still going.
No, we have them privately too, but I think it is, so it's like, because you're never going to do an interview and say those things about yourself, and you might not even, and you're probably like me, like you don't look at it.
Isn't that funny when they ask you that in an interview? How would your friends describe you? It's like, oh, well, you're just leading me to be this, what am I supposed to say?
I know. But you are, and you're great.
Okay, well, my turn about you. Thank you. That's really nice, because a lot of the time, I don't know if you feel this way, but you play so many different people, and like, I mean, I played Emma for so long, or whatever character it is, and then you just are like, who am I? Yeah. When the scene and the cameras stop, and you go, okay, I mean, I'm not this person, and it's interesting. You have to kind of, it's hard to find. I mean, you're already finding yourself at like 13, 14, but then you're also playing someone else and you feel a little crazy sometimes. Yeah. But what was I gonna say? Okay, so Bailee, even just talking to you last night, you have this confidence that's not obnoxious, or it's not, it's just like you just radiate this confidence, and I really do admire it. And even you're a very strong person too. I feel like you've gone through a lot and you've seen a lot and you've put up with a lot, and I think that you are one of the most mature people that I know. Like, I mean, you've gotten me through ends of relationships and ends of things, and you're younger than me, and I feel like I call you and turn to you for advice. So that is something that is really great about you. And
that's good.
No, I'm like, I can still go on.
Too much.
I can go on and on.
No,
but yeah, no,
we have P and I. I think what a lot of people don't know too is like we've known each other for so long, and then we got really close, and and then as like schedules happen and things happen and growth happens, we kind of like we're always like trying to keep in touch, but from afar, kind of from a distance. And then I would say, like, come January, like literally how this happened is we were both going through some things in our life, and I randomly was like, I just want to reach out to her, which I want to say for listening to this right now, if there is a time to reach out to people and to just send a little like, hi, I'm thinking of you, I hope you're staying safe, like this is the time to reflect and do that. And January for me was kind of that. I was sitting and reflecting on so much of my life, and you popped in my head, and I was like, I just want to reach out. And I was like, she might not even respond, I might hear from her, I don't know. And I didn't know what to expect. And you were in Italy. Were you in Italy? Is that where you were? You were on summer?
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah, you have a really good, I didn't even remember I was there. Yeah.
You were in Italy with your family, and you wrote me, and you were like, I get back in a few days. And we were kind of saying that, I was sharing what was going on with me, and you vice versa. And my sister had planned this like last minute trip to like Arrowhead for like the January 1st. And I was like, I'm going to ask if Peyton wants to come. But like we hadn't seen each other in such a while. And you said yes. And I remember like the morning of you arriving, but like me waiting, I was like, I won't believe it until like we're in the car on our way. And Peyton comes strolling in with a breakfast burrito. And I was like, there she is.
I have that. Yeah, I made a breakfast burrito this morning. It's sitting on the counter. That's just what made me excited. I was like, I have a burrito. Okay, continue. Sorry.
No, but it was so good. We shared it, and then like we got in the car and played music and had like a over 3-hour drive, and it was like one of my favorite trips. And it was just like you and I like reconnecting. I was like, it's so crazy because in that moment we both needed someone to lean on and someone to be there, and we were able to be that like for each other outside of everything else that we know. And it was just like, I just always think of it as like one of the highlights that I've had. I've always like, I love that.
I know, that was such a fun trip. We dyed each other's hair pink and purple in the sink
every night.
What else? Oh, and yeah, no, I agree. Like even that really did teach me something, because if you're thinking about someone or a friend, no matter how long it's been since you talked to them, or a family member, whoever it is, just reach out. And I feel like anyone would really appreciate that. If you're thinking of someone right now, or you want to make sure they're good, I think that it's not weird. It means so much to the other person. And like, even that makes my day. That's to know anyone's thinking of you is so nice.
I agree.
So that was cool that you did that, even no matter how much time. It wasn't weird for me. I was just like, that sounds like such a fun trip. I'm so down to go.
I'm so glad that you did. Katie was too.
It was so fun. Oh my gosh, I miss Katie.
I know, she misses you and Squishy. The kids miss you. Okay.
Are you gonna answer another question?
Yes, I'm trying to find them right now. Let's see. It's so difficult. Okay. I'm gonna sneeze right now. I'm pretty sure. I'm fighting.
Don't do it on the live.
I know. Okay.
Did you think about when before driving, sneezing on the road? Because I would think about, if I had to sneeze while I was driving, what would I do? And then it's happened multiple times, and you can't do it until the elbow. You just go, ah!
So do you not sneeze when you drive?
No, you have to. I mean, you can't help it.
Oh.
But you try holding it in, and then you just can't turn away from the road.
Got it.
Yeah, I
All
thought
right.
I should share that in case
No,
anyone
I'm
was
glad.
had that fear.
Which Disney princess do you think you're most like?
I was just talking about Disney princesses with my brother.
Perfect.
Like,
Perfect.
who do you
This
think you're
is
most like?
actually from Spencer.
Who do you think you're most like? Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah. It's not from Spencer.
Oh. I was like, how kind that he's on the live. He's, participating. What a good brother. No, he probably doesn't even know I'm doing this live.
Let me down slow. I don't know. I honestly, I always say that my favorite is Snow White just because I was her. So I was like, I feel like I have to. But I've always connected with Belle. I've always liked Belle as a princess. I always felt like she, not necessarily the book part, her obsession with books. That part I was always struggling with. But if those were scripts and she was reading scripts, I would totally get it. But I always just like, she was very sensitive and,
That's nice.
love. Yeah. So I liked Belle.
I know. And she liked the guy for the right reasons.
Yeah, exactly. So what did you?
She didn't know that he was going. She didn't know he was going to be this hot guy.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of. Well, when I was a kid, I really liked Sleeping Beauty, and then as I got older, I was just thinking, why? Why did you like Sleeping Beauty? I mean, I think it was just because I thought I looked the most like her. Because really, in my opinion, the best princess, I mean, I don't want to say the best, but one of the best is Mulan. I think she's so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that she goes to fight and I think she's probably the coolest one.
No, I agree with that. I do agree with that. I remember talking to Riley and Evie, and they both wanted to be Elsa because Elsa has superpowers and she can blah, blah, blah. And I remember Katie and I getting in like a fight with them, but not really a fight, but like.
How old are they?
I know. But we were like, how do you not want to be Anna? And like we went through this whole thing. We were like, Anna, her heart was frozen because she was saving her sister. Anna, like she's the one, she was running Olaf passed and she was still going to try and find her sister. Like, and they were just like, Elsa makes snow. And we were like, right, okay. But totally side conversation. I think Anna's really badass and cool.
It's a really valid point. She does
you.
make snow.
She does make snow.
What are you talking about? That's funny. That's just where your mind is. Or it's the one you look most alike when you're a kid.
Yeah, I believe that too. If you could play any character in any movie or TV show, what would it be and why?
Why is it so hard?
I do like New Girl. I would have loved to have been Belle's character.
That is such a good show. That was such a good choice.
I really like that show.
I would like to play Carol Baskin in a Tiger King movie. I've just been trying to do Carol Baskin's voice all day, and my mom's like, too nasally.
Let me hear it. I don't know what she sounds like, so I'll think it's great.
No, I can't really do it yet, and I'm embarrassed. But I've just been saying, hey, all you cool cats and kittens, it's Carol Baskin here from Big Cat Rescue. But I can't do it at all. It's just my voice.
I love how you just went, no, I can't do it. It's just not there.
I can't. I can't. No, but it's just, I was like, I'm letting you know that I can't do a good impression, but that was it.
No, that was great. I don't know what she sounds like, but
that's not actually who I'd want to play though. I just can't think of anything.
Okay, guys, we're gonna answer a couple more, but we're down to literally answer anything. If you have any, this is a good question, Peyton.
Speak for yourself. Yeah.
I would like to know: are you coming out with new music anytime soon?
I've been writing music and I've been playing my guitar alone in my house, but not anything anytime soon just because of what's going on. Like I haven't been able to get into the studio or anything, but.
Well, I'm excited and I'm a fan.
I love you. Thanks.
I'm a fan.
Thanks for the questions, guys.
Yeah, right. Someone said, would you and Peyton audition for Power Rangers? We'll just do it together.
If they direct offer it, I'll do it.
I mean, done. We will absolutely, yes.
Who am I kidding? I'll audition for it.
Oh,
I was obsessed with the Power Rangers as a kid.
I would love that. I would love to do something like that with you and like an actual like superhero costume. Like we'd have the time of our life.
Oh, that would be, are you kidding me? Imagine training together. We would not be able to stop laughing.
No, we'd be cracking up. And I'd be like, I just pulled something, Pete. And you'd be like, you're okay, Pete.
Stretch it out. Walk it off.
Stretch it out. Walk it off. We don't have all day. Let's see.
Also, like earlier, I just, randomly you'll see the comments and you try it.
Yeah.
Sometimes. And I just saw someone say that my head was really round. And then I just started staring at my head and I was like, it is really round.
It is not round. I've had a couple people commenting on my forehead size lately, and it's really made me second guess my forehead.
It's good. I like people, throw things at me, keep me humble.
Yeah, exactly.
I like a little hate.
And we're like, that's Spencer again.
Yeah, that's Spencer's fake account telling me I have a round head.
Yep. Hold on.
Have you ever had a joke on a show that's geared at your character that actually insulted you?
If I have, I've tried to block it out.
Mm.
But I'd like to hear yours because something tells me you have one.
Well, we were just talking about heads and foreheads, and I think it was on Bunked. People would say to my character that I had too big of a head. And then what's another one? Oh, on Jessie, I was like 14, and a character said I had a unibrow. So I remember staring at it in the mirror and being like, do I?
Oh, I get what you're saying. It was like they wrote the joke to make fun of
They wrote the joke about you.
And it made you think.
And then it made you go, shoot.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I thought you meant that you personally inspired a joke that made fun of you, even though you were playing a character.
That's some inception.
I
didn't follow.
That's the example of my mind. I just complicate things for myself inside. I just made that way more complicated. Complicated. Okay, we're gonna answer. Someone said, I feel like yours is probably Tiger King. What's your favorite Netflix show to binge during isolation?
Oh, theirs is Grey's Anatomy. Have you ever seen Grey's Anatomy?
I've seen parts. It was like my sister and her friend's favorite show for so long.
Really?
Yeah, they loved it. The guy who played Meredith's boyfriend after Patrick Dempsey left, I think, is the guy who played my dad in The Strangers. So I remember always hearing stories about like Grey's Anatomy and people being like, oh my God, he's on Grey's Anatomy, and being like, oh, I should watch it. But I just was never able to.
Yeah. Well, now you can.
Now I can.
I'm scared to start watching it because I know I'll love it because everybody loves it and then binges it. It's one of those things where you go, okay, do I start this and just that's what my life is for the next couple of weeks?
Yeah. I know.
I think yes.
I've just been watching, like Blake and I we finished Love is Blind. We finished The Bachelor. Like, we just went through.
Oh my gosh, Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I binged that too.
Do you know who we saw the other day?
Who?
We saw Damien and Giovanni.
Giannina? No,
we can never remember.
I'm messing it up. Giannina? Is that it?
Giannani? I can't remember. It's like the fourth live I've gone to say her name and I just can't say it.
So, did you guys say anything? Were people going up to them and asking for pictures, or
no,
were they leaving them alone?
We were in the car, we were in an Uber, and Blake freaked out. We were like talking. He was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I was like, "What?" And I looked behind. He was like, "Look who it is!" And it was Damien and her. They were crossing the street, and then I went, "Oh my gosh!" And then our driver went, "What?" And we went, so sorry. We just saw a couple from a reality show." And so they're typing it.
Giannina, right?
Definitely not. It's not either thing that we're saying, but it's so close.
Okay, great.
Damien, and
Oh, who is, you know who I felt kind of bad for? Like, I just
what?
feel bad for people when they don't realize they're behaving super poorly on a reality show and then they have the reunion after and it's just like Jessica. Oh, that must have
That
hurt.
must
That
have been
must have
so
hurt.
hard for her. I felt for her. I was like, that's gotta be difficult.
I mean, I can't even imagine. And then also for people even on Love Island or any of these love shows or whatever it is, you go on and then you come off and suddenly you just have all these people who know you and you've never experienced that before. I wonder what that's like.
I know, I do too. That's gotta be like such a, and also they know you for watching you like cry and fall in love and then not fall in love, and like they're not just watching off a show where you're pretending to be something, like they're watching your every character.
Exactly.
Like
And they're breaking you down and they know all of your insecurities and all of your little things.
It's
Yeah.
gotta be so hard. Okay, let's answer two more. Let's see. You guys, we'll ramble and then you guys can ask questions in the, not the box, because the box stresses me out.
The
So you
box.
can just type it. You know, like the question box. You know, the little question box. I'm trying to get Peyton to open up a TikTok, guys.
Oh yeah, that's her new thing. She called me late last night. She's like, we need to talk. And she FaceTimes me and she goes, all right, we need to create you a TikTok. We need you to get on it.
I want her to do like the Jessie theme song or like lines from Jessie. I feel like it'd be so good. Favorite song from A Star Is Born. The one
Tell me something.
that's a good one. The one that's just him playing when she's backstage and he's getting like he's waiting for her after he watches her perform, and I'm forgetting all the lyrics now, but great song. Great song.
Isn't that weird? Yeah, I know. I can't remember any of the lyrics to that song. I know which one you're talking about.
No, I can't either. Let's see. Scrolling back up. Everyone keeps asking, any tips for like during isolation? Like, are there anything that we're trying to do to try and get through it? Or like some of them are saying that it's just been hard like mentally for them to like have to be inside. So if we have any advice on that, was kind of.
Yeah, I know, especially for people who can't even step out their front door right now. Yeah, I mean, and I have a lot of family and best friends who live in New York who are in really small apartments, and I know that it is really hard, but I think even like rearranging your furniture and moving things around, and like Bailee and I, I did that in my living room, and then we did workouts together, or we watched lives, or, you know, even I think at night going on Zoom or house party and having a bunch of your friends come in and just hanging out. And I think that's and just staying connected and making sure you're not just isolating yourself emotionally, and people are there for you. And if you need anyone, reach out. But
yeah, I agree. I read a really interesting article last night that I was telling you about this morning when we spoke, and it was all about like this idea of you not doing enough while having this time to do things, if that makes any sense. Which is the pressure that I've put on myself since this has happened. I've been like, well, you never have the time to do things. Now you do. You're staying home. You're doing your part. There's nothing else you can do. You can't go out. That would be not doing your part in a worldwide issue. So stay home. So I've done that. But then it's like this pressure that I put on myself to like, where in my head, I'm like, this is supposed to be such a creative time. Everyone's talking about how creative this time is and how people are writing or making things, drawing or painting, and I've had to accept, and this article is basically saying that it is so normal to not have that drive yet, but the daily goal is every single day trying to take a step further in this new normal, and like making sure your house is clean, starting off with that, making sure you take a shower. Like for me, it's kind of been the little steps every day that shouldn't be a big deal to take a shower for me. it takes everything for me to get out of bed and go shower. And it's just me dealing with like my mental mindset of like, my heart is so sad for the world and I feel like there's nothing I can do. And then there's so much unknown. Like I have loved ones like that are literally all over the world right now. Like half of my family's in Florida. Like half of my heart is in like the UK right now. Like, and there's so much unknown to it that it starts to get super overwhelming. So I think just for myself and my advice to you guys would be, if you feel the creative spark, whatever that is, go and do that. If you want to go paint for 30 minutes, paint. If a part of you wants to do it, but the other half is like, stay in bed, fight that and go paint. But then if there's a part of you that's like, I just want to watch a show, don't beat yourself up for it. Like enjoy that moment too. And I guess just like trying to be gentle with it. And I'm hoping that it will get to a point where I wake up and I'm like determined to try something new and use this time. But if I'm being honest, like right now, I just haven't gotten there yet, even though I want to.
Yeah. And I feel like as long as you're staying inside, that's okay.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
You shouldn't beat yourself up just because you aren't feeling inspired. And, you know, getting in the shower, there you go. You did something today. There you go.
Thank you.
Whatever, you're doing your part by staying inside, and that right there is, you're a hero right there. So I'm grateful for that.
I'm grateful for you. I really
Thanks,
am.
Bailee.
I'm so happy that you decided, like, Peyton was like, I would be so down to do it, which is like the sweetest, because you're
of course.
And like, I know I've met so many beautiful, like, and I've told you this, and to anyone who's watching, like, it has been such a healing thing for me to get to talk to people. And just so you know, like, there's so many people that I've met whose parents are in New York right now that they haven't seen in 2 weeks because they're working, or there's people who've like called in that I've met in Italy and they like are talking like about how they're actually dealing with it, like first person experience. And so like, you've made me so happy being on, but I hope you know, like, I'm sure there are some people right now who are like home and needing that friend to talk to, and like, so.
Oh, well, this was so nice for me. I mean, this gave me something to do today. It's nice to talk to you.
And you showered too.
You guys. Yeah, you know what? I really should go shower.
Wait, you haven't showered?
You know, it could happen today. That would probably.
No, don't shower.
I'm just
I
being
thought
stupid.
you look gorgeous. I was gonna be like, and you showered, bro.
Well, I knew everyone couldn't smell me. They could just see me. So, not embracing the natural musk.
I like that. I like that for you. Lucky. Your house is lucky to smell that. Well, I love you, and I can't wait till we can 6 feet apart see each other, possibly, once we have done this whole lockdown of it all. And I'll call you in a bit.
Okay, yay. Thanks, guys.
I love you.
Love you, God. Love you.
Love you. We love you. Mwah.
Bye, guys.
Bye. I love her so much. That was so much fun. P, if you're still here, I love you. Thank you for doing that. To you guys, this has been like so lovely getting to talk to all of you, and your honesty and your candidness has meant so much to me, and has helped me so much. So just thinking of you and your loved ones, and I thank you so much for doing your part and staying inside. And honestly, by doing that, it might seem silly, but it is a domino effect. And if we can all start doing our part by staying inside, this is the best way that we can do that. And to try and make a difference to all of those who aren't able to. I know that we have our hospital staff, ER, doctors, nurses, hospital cleaning crews, security guards, grocery store workers, the list goes on. Those who don't have the ability to stay home because they're out there making it better for us. Thank you so much for all that you do, for all that you're doing. Please stay safe and healthy. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm just going to be able to guest you all and say hello, and I can't wait to see your beautiful faces. And then on Sunday, my friend Meg Donnelly is going to be joining, which will be a really fun conversation as well. So sending lots of love. God bless you guys. Hi, McKenna. Wait, hi, Sat. McKenna, come live with me one day. I would love that. And I hope that you're feeling better. And Sat, we miss you. You did miss us, but I will save it so you can watch it. Some good content for you. Love you guys. God bless. Bye.